because I have proved to everybody in the world that I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary. Nobody can touch me.
Hey there, wrestling fans, it is ICMG, the most glorious Jew that ever lived, here with your New Japan Pro Wrestling 20th G1 Climax update number 8 for night 8 of both A and B block. And tonight we will be discussing winning strategies for the top competitors and how they will win, because it is interesting, folks. Starting off with A block, we started off with Bad Luck Fale versus Yoshi-Hashi. Very typical of Bad Luck Fale matches that we've had throughout the entire tournament. Starts as a match, but once it seems like Bad Luck Fale might lose, interference happens, including Tamatanga, who comes in with a chair and just beats the holy hell out of Yoshi-Hashi. Yoshi-Hashi wins by DQ over Bad Luck Fale. Our next match would be the surprise match of the night, at least as far as surprise upset of the night, and would also be one of the better matches of the night for A Block, as Hangman Page faced off against Minoru Suzuki, and this match was awesome. Hangman Page showed no fear, went right after Minoru Suzuki, even did a dive on him and El Desperado off the stage. I believe it was a moonsault. And then they had a good match after that. When he got back in the ring, Minoru Suzuki took back control and controlled most of it. But then Hangman Page made his comeback, and I just love the ending to where constant sleeper Hangman Page, you think he's out, but as soon as Minoru Suzuki then goes for that God's pile driver, Page counters it into rite of passage and picks up a huge surprise victory. That maybe, even though he's already eliminated, it is amazingly worth more than the 2 points that it got him. Then you had Jay White versus Togi Makabe, sort of old school versus new school in this match, with the cheating ways of Jay White being prevalent, leading to the victory after low blows, leading to Blade Runner. Then you had Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Michael Elgin. This was obviously match of the night. Absolutely fantastic match. Told a great story of the injured arm of Michael Elgin, and could he ultimately use that arm to showcase his power and have his power dominate Hiroshi Tanahashi. And then of course you had the veteran skill of Tanahashi coming through time and time again throughout the match. And it was a great back and forth contest, exciting. Like, Tanahashi just has so much charisma. He allows you to want to believe in him, and therefore you're cheering for him, and you didn't know which way it was going to go. And it's like several times off my feet, like, get up, Tanahashi, get up, because he just has that charisma. And ultimately the finish was a bit botched, where it was supposed to be sort of this fireman's carry, Elgin bomb counter into a small package. The botch was just Tanahashi fell off it, and then Michael Elgin had to fall down to allow him to roll him into the pin. So it looked kind of weird, but it still worked. Your winner, Hiroshi Tanahashi. And then the final match of A Block for this night was, I'm sorry, I may be like that umpire a couple days ago that apparently had a moth fly into his ear. Because I'm getting a bit buzzing too. I don't know why. But the final match was Okada versus Evil. This is a good back and forth contest with both wrestlers trying to spam each other's finishes. Ultimately, Okada wins with the Rainmaker clothesline. Match was a little bit shorter than I expected it to be. I expected to go all the way much longer than, I think it was like 15 minutes. I expected to go 20 minutes. And it didn't have the same energy as Elgin and Tanahashi, but still a good match. So your standings are as follows. Yoshi-Hashi and Togi Makabe at 4 points. And by the way, I'm going to do a correction here. Last video I said Bad Luck Fale was at 4 points. when the video before that I said he was at 6 points. I was actually correct in the first video. So at 6 points is Bad Luck Fale, Hangman Page, and Michael Elgin. At 8 points is Minoru Suzuki and Evil. At 12 points is Kazuchika Okada and Jay White. And at 14 points is Hiroshi Tanahashi. Endgame for this block in the, I believe coming this morning, is that if Tanahashi wins or draws, he's into the finals. Jay White needs to win and for Tanahashi to lose to get in, and Okada needs both Jay White to lose and to defeat Tanahashi to win the block. Moving on to B block, we start off with Juice Robinson versus Tomohiro Ishii. Good back and forth contest, but the power, ultimately Tomohiro Ishii wins out with a sudden brainbuster to end the match. It was a really good match. The next match would be Hiroki Goto versus Zack Sabre Jr. This was another good contest. Again, the technical submission of Zack Sabre Jr. of that British style versus the sort of traditional Japanese strong style of Hiroki Goto. Great back and forth contest. Zack Sabre Jr. wins with a European roll-through, rolling clutch pin maneuver. And at this point, Zack Sabre Jr. now has, not calling, but he has defeats over both the United States and never openweight New Japan Pro Wrestling champions. Hopefully that will lead to him getting a shot somewhere down the line. Our next match would then be Kota Ibushi versus Tama Tonga. This is all about Tama Tonga being sneaky and underhanded and cheating. You know, he comes out first. He doesn't have anybody with him, which is shocking to a lot of people. Of course, Loa and Bad Luck Fale would come out later and have a lot more to do than just this match. He would sneak all the way through the crowd back to the ramp so that he could jump Ibushi, while he was coming down his entrance. Kota Ibushi would fight back, but ultimately Kota Ibushi would get the win by disqualification as Bad Luck Fale and Tama Loa would come in and beat Ibushi down. That, though, would bring Kenny Omega down. This is right before the disqualification would happen, to try to save his friend, and he would get laid out by the firing squad, and they would continue to beat on Ibushi, and then they turned their attention to Omega, which brought Hangman Page and Chase Owens out. Now, I'm saying all this because this all ties directly what is the best match of the night, and again, another match of the tournament candidate that you have to watch. The rematch everybody's been waiting for since last G1, Toru Yano versus Kenny Omega. And so, Toru Yano comes out. Kenny Omega is out. Hangman Page and Chase Owens are trying to revive him. They're trying to argue with the ref that he can't fight and to postpone the match. Chase Owens is going, get up, Kenny, get up, get up. Toru Yano obviously has not paid attention to anything going on. Starts his way up, but when he gets ringside, he sees what has happened, realizes, starts getting dressed up quick. He's having the referee check him as the ring announcer is announcing his name, begging for the bell. They ring the bell, goes for a cover, 1, 2, kick out. And then it starts with Owen. Immediately, Yano goes right for the pad, just takes all of them down. We're not playing tonight. Chase Owens with some beautiful moments of saving Kenny Omega in the corner, being a pad, putting a pad back there, taking a pad away from Toru Yano as he tries to slam it into one particular corner. There's a moment where they go to outside Toru Yano, and literally, I've never seen it before. Toru Yano has tape, instead of taping like he did last year, Omega to the ring guardrail, he tapes him to a young lion and then throws the young lion over the guardrail as an anchor. And Hangman Page and Owens and Kenny have to drag this young lion back over the guardrail and barely gets back in time. And then the young lion and Kenny Omega deliver a double clothesline. It's awesome. It was beautiful. There's a point to where Toru Yano has taken all the ring pads and he's put them all together like a row of chairs. And you've probably seen this spot where there's a row of chairs and a body slam on the chairs. Well, here's the row of the pads. And he body slams Kenny Omega on the pads. Kenny Omega just sort of sits up and like, didn't hurt at all. It is comedy gold. I could not stop laughing. You have to watch this match. The match ultimately ends where after a double elbow to Omega and the referee causes the referee to be out, the firing squad comes back, decimates everybody. Tama Tonga gives gun stuns to Omega and Toru Yano, and then covers Yano over Omega, leading to his victory by the ref. So, and that was the biggest win by the largest point differential, as Kenny Omega had 12, Toru Yano had 2 at the time, in G1 history. Our next match, there's no way it could have been as good because it's hilarious, but it was almost as good. It was obviously the better wrestling match, all things considered. Tetsuya Naito versus Sanada. This was just, if you love counter wrestling, this match is all about counter wrestling, about two guys who are brothers in arms, who know each other so well, and they just wrestled their heart out, and it was absolutely fantastic wrestling match. Kevin Kelly had a great call at the end of it where he says, Tetsuya Naito kept posing questions, and Sanada had the answers until he didn't have an answer for the questions anymore, as Naito would ultimately hit Destino on Sanada for the victory. And even more awesome was at the end, Evil comes down, he has Takahashi's jacket, Tanahashi's jacket, along Bushi comes out, and they do the whole Los Ingobernables thing, but they also pay tribute to Tanahashi, who is healing up from very bad neck injury that he experienced at the G1 USA event. And looks like he won't be back possibly for a while if you've heard the news about his injury. But hopefully he will be able to come back, and they did a very touching tribute to their stablemate. So the points are as follows. Juice Robinson and Toru Yano at 4. Hiroki Goto and Tama Tonga at 6. Tomohiro Ishii is at 8. Zack Sabre, did I say Hiroki Goto and Tama Tonga are at 6, yes. Tomohiro Ishii is at 8. Zack Sabre Jr. and Kota Ibushi are at 10. And Tetsuya Naito and Kenny Omega are tied at 12. Here are the winning scenarios. If Kenny Omega wins, he wins the block, period, because he holds the tiebreakers over Naito. And he would obviously then hold the tiebreaker over Ibushi in any possibility, but obviously would have more points. Naito needs to win his match and for either Omega to lose or draw, and he's in. Kota Ibushi needs both Tetsuya Naito to lose, since he has a victory over Naito and therefore holds the tiebreaker, and needs to beat Kenny Omega, and he is in. And those are your winning scenarios. The final night of both A and B block are going to be amazing in the 28th G1 Climax. So until Saturday, when I will have an update on who is in the finals, remember, I am your most glorious Jew.